yeah, those are two huge wins against the Ottawa Senators for the second game in a row. The Montreal Canadiens defeat the Sens 5-2, and that puts Montreal's record to 14-10-5 on the season, which is enough for us to just surpass the Bruins by 1 point for that first Eastern Conference wildcard spot. And it inches us a little bit closer to the Buffalo Sabres as well, which is huge because that is going to be a tight race in the Atlantic right to the end. So huge few points for them. And last night, Ottawa came out flying to start like we expected. They were looking for some revenge, but the Habs played fairly well defensively early, and Price was dialed in, kept us in it. And then after that, Montreal's forecheck was going all night, specifically that fourth line. Great forechecking and great shifts from them in that first period. I'll get to that later on. But yeah, just solid team performance from Montreal last night. I found in that first game we played against the Senators, after Price kind of, kept us in it, it was more of a controlled possession, almost domination in the second and third from Montreal. They were just scoring all over the ice in that first game. This game, Montreal kind of switched up their game plan. They forechecked and forechecked all night, continued to get chances, cycling the puck around. And Anderson played very well for the Senators last night, especially in that first half. He stole quite a few goals for Montreal. They did end up scoring 5, but for that first half of the game, Anderson was playing very, very well. But Montreal was relentless. Ended up getting 43 shots on net and cashed in 5 of them. So yeah, great game. Let's get right into it here. Halfway through the first period, Brady Tkachuk with an absolutely nasty shot on Carey Price. And he was dialed in last night. Oh, like he has been for the last few games. That shot was a bullet, and he just flashed the leather. He didn't catch it, but it hit off his arm and went up out of play, which led to that face-off in Montreal's zone, which Stone then picked up the puck and wired one blocker side on Carey Price. That was a bit of a disappointment after he made that nasty save, but Stone is a beast, has a really, really good shot, and yeah, it is what it is. And you know what? It didn't matter anyway, because Jeff Petrie, who has been fantastic this season for Montreal, got it right back, and thanks to a very, very good shift down low from Kenny Agostino and Michael Chaput. They played a fantastic game from start to finish. I am in love with Kenny Agostino. I said quite a few videos back when he was probably 2 to 3 games into his Montreal career that he is not going to see another game in the AHL. He is a very important and very good role player in the NHL, and great signing by Marc Bergevin. So great game from him all around. So Petrie ends up getting that goal, and man, like years ago when Bergevin picked up Petrie, I did not think that he was going to get or develop into something this good. He is a very seriously good, and he deserves a lot more respect in the NHL. He is a great number 2 offensive defenseman. What a player he is. Clutch goal from him, getting that one back very quickly. So at that point, it's 1-1. We go into the second period, and Lehkonen and Danault make a nice little play. Danault comes down on the right wing. Nice little stick handling from him. Gets it over to Paul Byron, who finishes it in tight like he usually does. Oh, can't get enough of that Lord Paul Byron. Woo! Love it. So we get that goal back. It's 2-1 at that point, and then we see Andrew Shaw and Jonathan Drouin and Jesperi Kotkaniemi hook up for a tic-tac-toe play. Lot of credit here goes to Jonathan Drouin for managing to get that puck through in tight, in close to Craig Anderson, and Shaw finishes it off. They were hyped up on that goal. Really fun to see. The lines were all over the place tonight for Montreal. Julien was doing a lot of juggling, so we saw a lot of different line combinations, and a lot of them really worked. We saw Danault down with Lehkonen and Byron for a bit, and that led to the second goal for Montreal. Then we saw Kotkaniemi with Drouin and Shaw for a little bit, led to that goal I just mentioned. So, like I said last video, it's so nice to have that depth on the wing and have multiple players that have chemistry with each other, and you can switch it up within the game to get something going. And Claude Julien has been doing a really good job at picking the right moments to switch up these lines to bring something fresh and kind of throw off the other team. So really, really good to see. Colin White then gets a power play goal for the Ottawa Senators. 3-2 at that point. We go into the third, and another nice little nice shot from Deneau. Blasted it on the net from the point. It was Tatar who hooked him up on the point. Deneau blasts it. What a game for Phillip Deneau. Goal and an assist, or 2 assists tonight. He blasts on the point, and Gallagher gets the tip. It hits off the post, ends up coming back, hitting Anderson in the leg, and bouncing into the net. That's another goal for Brendan Gallagher on the season, up to 13 now. And wow, just all 4 lines for Montreal are rolling. They must be hard to deal with because they just roll all 4 lines, and every line is a serious threat. It is so refreshing to see the Montreal Canadiens play this way. We're, almost 30 games into the season, and I'm still not used to seeing Montreal with this many offensive threats in their forward core. It is wonderful to watch. Wonderful to watch. Every game has been entertaining this season, regardless of the win or loss. But we're getting more wins and losses, and that's because this team is built very well this season. Each line is balanced, and we are seeing it game in and game out. And then Byron ends up getting an empty net for his second goal on the night. As soon as Anderson comes out of the net, he gets it in. And Weber picks up an assist on that goal. Weber kind of started the game a little bit shaky. He had a couple bad defensive coverage plays in the defensive zone. And that was in the first period. One of them did lead to a goal on that power play. But yeah, overall though, steady. Nothing to worry about there, obviously. It's Shea Weber. It was just this is what I was talking about when I said there might be a tiny bit of rust when he first came back. He started out and looked phenomenal these first 3-4 games. But then early on in this game, couple little mistakes, but after that point, he was just fine. And in the third, he was absolutely fantastic defensively. The Sens could not get anything going at all in that third period. So yeah, the power play, again, Montreal 0 for 3 tonight on the power play. Getting a little bit fucking frustrating, if you ask me, that they cannot get this goddamn power play going. But I still think they're onto something, especially since Weber's been back. He has opened up lanes for so many of the other players on the Habs power play. So we are going to see this power play get going, and they've gotten quite a few chances in their last few power plays, including last night. And I love that they're not always looking for Shea. It's not always a play where they're just cycling around and you can tell that they're trying to find him. I mean, obviously they're looking for him, but they are willing to shoot from all different areas. And that is the key if you really want Shea Weber's shot to be effective on the power play. So I really do think we're going to start seeing some production from this power play very soon because, yeah, not only are lanes opened up for other players, but we have skilled passers that will get that puck to Shea and put it on a platter for him. And it's only a matter of time before he is anticipating that and just blast them towards the net. And the thing is with Shea Weber's shot, if he doesn't get them in the net, if he doesn't blast one in, typically 9 times out of 10, I'll pull that stat out of my ass, he generates a rebound. There's going to be a scramble in front of the net that hopefully someone can bury because his shots are very hard to predict. They're hard to track. They're hard to catch. So it's hard for goalies to smother rebounds when Shea Weber taking that shot. Yeah, so I already talked about the fourth line. Jordy Ben, I think still looks quite good in the role that he belongs in, that bottom pair. He makes some veteran plays. He's not a flashy player. He's more of a defensive defenseman. But every now and then, he will make a nice pass up the ice. And, I'm not saying he doesn't make the odd mistake. That still happens. But he is a smart player that makes the veteran play, the smart play. And he makes the game easier for his defensive partner. Mike Riley as well played a very good game last night, I thought. I really do not want to see this guy out of the lineup too much more. His offensive game and his skating ability is just too valuable to be pulling him in and out of the lineup. He's more than willing to pinch down low, and he generates scoring chances. And the more and more we let him just do his thing, the more and more comfortable he's going to get, and we're going to hopefully see some more production from him soon. But I really liked the look of his skating. He's fast. And you got to love a defenseman that's willing to pinch in at the right time and can hold onto the puck when they're moving it down low in the offensive zone. Andrew Shaw, great game from him. Like I said, scored earlier. He is on a roll lately. Looks fantastic with Domi and Drouin. He looked fantastic when he moved down to play with Kotkaniemi and Byron in the last game. Yeah, this is a fantastic player. This is one of the trades by Mark Bergevin that I was a little bit worried about because it's been a few years. He's had a lot of injury problems, some concussion issues. Lars Eller has been great for the Washington Capitals. So I was starting to get a little bit worried about that one. But you know what? He has been a fantastic player, and he seems like a very good leader in the locker room, good team guy in the locker room, and he's showing that ability to finish, and you can't ask for nothing more. He's a gritty player. He gets down low in the corners. He gets to the dirty areas in front of the net, and he's willing to take some bruises to make a play. Really love what I'm seeing from Andrew Shaw this season, and he is very deserving of all the points he's putting up. He's very deserving of all the minutes he's getting from Claude Julien. Great line mate for Domi and Drouin. Helping them not have to do all the dirty stuff. But you know what? They are willing to too. Drouin was throwing some weight around tonight, or last night, and Domi was as well. Domi was in the head of Zach Smith, wasn't he? Whew, shit talking him a bunch. So at one point he's on the bench saying, waivers, waivers, waivers. Because Zach Smith cleared waivers earlier in the season. Oh, that's going to sting. And you could tell Zach Smith was pissed. They were going at it all game. I love that Domi is not only a very skilled player offensively, but he is a pain in the ass. The Habs needed a guy like that. A guy that can just shit talk and piss off players and then back it up by putting up points. What a fantastic addition to the Montreal Canadiens. Domi! 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 Woo! Love it. Yeah, so Anderson played great, and yeah, that's just about it, guys. We have the Chicago Blackhawks Sunday, 7 p.m. Atlantic time. These two teams, the Habs and the Blackhawks, always play some very good games against each other. Fast-paced, and they are struggling this season, so they're going to be desperate for some points, and they have a lot of very skilled players. We're going to get to see Patrick Kane, Jonathan Toews up against Shea Weber. So we're going to have to lean on Shea Weber to shut down two of the better offensive players in the league, specifically Mr. Patty Kane. So should be a very good game on Sunday. I don't know for sure, but I figure Carey Price will start. But you never know where Niemi hasn't played in a while, and it's a game against a Western Conference team, and it's Niemi's former team. Could be a nice thing for Claude to give Niemi the game. So you never know. I'm comfortable with either of our goalies starting. Obviously, Carey Price is an absolute animal, and Niemi has been great for us too. Little bit of a different play style. It's a little more aggressive, but yeah, he's been good as well. So whoever they want to roll, I am totally cool with. Hopefully, we'll see a good game. If you like my videos, please subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ScotianCanadien. Let me know what you thought of this game in the comments. Oh, I thought that was some very entertaining hockey the last two nights against a bitter rival. Love seeing wins against the Ottawa Senators, those greasy bastards. Woo! Ha ha! I'll talk to you after the next one, guys. Peace.